Clay, what's the feeling like around the group heading into this big game?
Just like any other week, I guess. There's a lot of positive energy, which is good, but there's 18 teams in this competition and Richmond are just another one of those teams, so we'll treat them like any other team and still go out there trying to get a win.
What about for yourself? Form's been really good. You must be proud of yourself for building in the waffle and then coming in and having an impact at AFL level?
Yeah, 100%. It's a good feeling going back to waffle and finding some form. I probably wasn't at my best footy when I played against Giants and Carlton at the start of the year, so to go back for 6 weeks and really just dial in on my strengths and trying to find some form and consistency and then be able to find that and slot back into the side. I was really happy with that.
What's it like being part of this exciting young midfield with Brady, Harley? There's so many, a lot of you guys under the age of 22.
Yeah, I love it. As you said, those names, they're just some of my best mates around the club. So to be able to go out there on the weekend and line up in a centre bounce with some of those boys, it's awesome. Played junior footy at HBL with Hoffy, played state footy with Huey, and then up against Harley and state champ. So these are guys I've been around for a while now, so we're really starting to get to know each other a lot better.
Do you feel like this is a winnable game, knowing Richmond are in a similar position to you?
I don't want to look at it like that. I'd like to say we'd go into every game hoping it's winnable. We never want to go into a game thinking it's not winnable. Each game has 4 points on the line and that's what we're playing for at the end of the day. So I don't think it's any different to any other team.
You haven't won a senior game since round 2 last year. What would a win do, not just for you, but I guess the entire group?
Yeah, I think it would mean a lot. It would definitely boost the morale, even though it's quite high at the moment. As I said at the start, the energy is quite high around the club, which is great. Would be great just to get another win for Minnie. It would be my first under him, so would love that.
Back on the young midfield, obviously without Elliott in the side and Tim's been playing half forward, although he comes back in this weekend. How hard has it been though, coming up against some of the bigger bodies at times and being able to go 4 quarters with those guys?
Yeah, it's tricky, but I think it provides a lot of opportunity. If these guys were playing in the side, Yoey obviously injured, can't play for most of this year, provides a bit of opportunity for myself. So to be able to test myself against those bigger bodies, which hopefully I'll translate to in a couple more years once I've had a few more pre-seasons under my belt. I'm starting to get the knowledge of what it's like to come up against them now, so I just love the challenge.
And having TK come back in, it looks like he's going to play a bit of midfield time. What will that be like?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I haven't played too much midfield time with TK. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing yet, but if he does go in there, I'd love that. He's been a great mentor for me, especially this year since he's probably one of the few senior players rolling through the midfield. He's been great for me, so to be able to go out there with him would be awesome.
You mentioned it would be your first win under Minnie. What would it mean to get a win for him, given how much work you guys have put in over the season?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. He's unreal what he's given us this year. Obviously, learning a whole new game style throughout the pre-season isn't the easiest thing, but he's put in so much work, making it so easy for us. He does week in, week out, providing us information that we need to, as I said, hopefully try go out there and get the 4 points each week. So we'll just continue to do that. And I think if we keep doing that, then a win will come eventually. So when I get my first one with him, I'll be very happy about that.
What is it like playing consistent footy in the AFL side? Do you feel more confident every week? Do you feel like you get a better routine? How does that sort of help you on game day, I suppose?
Yeah, I think just the more AFL footy you play, the more comfortable you feel at the level, I guess. As I touched on before, you keep going up against those bigger bodied midfielders. Each week I do that. I'm going through my review the week after and I'm learning so much after each week. So to be able to keep doing that, I think it just helps build a bit of consistency, which will just help me a lot going towards the back end of this year and then next year.
Richmond are a young side like yourselves, but their midfield's probably where they're the most mature with Taranto and Hopper. How do you look at that sort of match-up this weekend?
As I've said a few times already, no different to any other match-up. A lot of midfields around the comp consist of seniority, so Richmond are no different to that. Obviously, we're a bit of a younger midfield, so I think it's a great challenge. They've obviously had some success in their career and aren't going through as much success at the moment, so they're up for the fight just as much as we are, which is great.
You said some of the guys are your best friends. Obviously, Harley cops a little bit from the opposition. Do you guys prepared to, throw a bit of weight around, stick up for him if they target him this weekend?
Yeah, potentially. That's something I'd love to do for someone who's a fellow draftee of mine. We're the same age, and to watch how much he cops it on the field and then off the field as well. In terms of media, it's a little bit unfair at times, so we'll support him as much as we can.
How has he been though? Because he just looks like he's loving footy at the moment as well as yourselves and Hoffy and Huey and that.
Yeah, he's been fine. A game is 2 hours of a whole week. He's a whole different person apart from what he produces on a footy field, he's just like everyone else. One of my best mates around the club, so yeah, he's fine.